Hi everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa and today we're gonna take a look at the Persian Fallow Deer by Leaf and GingerToast. I don't think I looked at anything by GingerToast at this point, but I do remember Leaf mentioning him on his channel, so maybe I seen something over there that I just can't remember. But the Persian Fallow Deer here, looking at the picture below, it's clearly a deer. This is the male with the big antlers, and the females, as you can see, in the rest of the picture, basically don't have the same antlers at all. They are mainly red toned on the back with these white spots, and then they're white, sorry I can't speak today, down the neck and on the chest area, and the inner side on the leg turning to the bottom side of the leg. It's also one of these deer that have 11 on their butt, which means that you can see two white stripes in the dark on their butt, basically, which are butt cheek, and then the tail in the middle will be a dark part, and then the other butt cheek will also be white. Yeah, let's just get into it. But yeah, it's a deer. We can agree on that much. And honestly, at first look, I had a little hard time honestly telling the difference between these, so I would like to drag them out here, because we do already have the fallow deer in the game. So we're gonna put him here just to look at them, because I do believe there are a little bit of a difference, but it isn't that big, so you have to look for it. We have the Persian over here. It does appear to be a tiny bit bigger, not a lot, and a little more red tone here on the back. The drawings do kind of like they have been redrawn. You can see here the spots isn't completely the same, and the wider patches down here isn't completely the same either. And I do feel like up here the Persian one is a little more gray toned compared to this, which just is a darker brown. But besides that, there isn't the biggest difference, to be honest. And it's pretty much the same difference I have seen on the females. I will though still pull up two females, so we have the European fallow deer there, and the Persian one here. So the difference I spotted here is kind of weird, because did I get some random color here? Tan coat with white spot, isn't that the main color? I'm not sure. So the European one appears paler than the Persian one, but they are both fallow deers, and as you can see here, we don't have the biggest difference, but you can't see there 11 in the bottom. It's something I learned by a hunter here in Denmark. But they do have everything they need, and basically, if you just want a deer, you don't need to download this mod at all. But there are few differences, which makes the habitats a lot different, to be honest, and the fact that they are endangered, and there are 300 left of them in the wild. I would say this much: there's a lot more European fallow deer around. So if you want to go that route, it makes sense to get it, of course. If you make an Asian zoo, it makes sense. It also makes sense to give it. It live in Israel and Iran in desert and grassland biome. So the biomes is also very different from the European fallow deer. So here again, you can make a very different habitat for what you would normally do for the European one. One of them need 200 square meters of land, and they live from -4 to 50 degrees Celsius, so you don't really have to be scared of the temperature here. Grade 2 fence, 5 feet, 94. And that's a meter and... a meter and 60, 70? Something around there. Group size from 3 to 40, up to 20 males or up to 20 females. Male dominance hierarchy, all males tend to have their own harem, so it's basically the same. Polyamorous, neutral around humans, and guests can enter the habitat, which they also can with the European one. They grow to 1.3 meters tall, so that's around 4 feet roughly. And the males live for about 20 years, but the females 3 years longer. I think it's maybe because the males fight and can critical injure each other. Both weigh around 180 pounds, 90 kilos. Something must be wrong because the females are clearly not as big as the males out here. So either they fucked up the animals or they fucked up the scale. Either one. But I'm guessing this in here is a mistake because a lot of mothers make mistakes in here. They can reproduce on when they turn 3, and they can reproduce until they die. They'll give between 1 and 2 offspring every year, and they're pregnant for 8 months. They should be about average to get to reproduce in captivity, and they don't have any interspecies enrichment. And their enrichments are very easy because they are the same as the European fallow deer. So if you go down here, just write fallow deer, you will get exactly what you need. So we have the 2 rubbing trees, the rubbing pole, the skittles, the 2 big balls, and then what are you? Rubber doggy, grab ball. That was a large ball, and that herbs and marker, and then we have the hanging feeder, the scarecrow feeder, the ball, the grazing ball feeder, and the large barrel feeder. And I will say though, the texture here is very beautiful. I see a little bit of glitching around. Keep in mind that might be my computer, but the hair here looks very well done, and I just want to see. Yeah, it's just the color. I just feel like this looks more naked than this, but it's because this color are deeper, it appears like so. But overall, it's a beautiful creature. Beautiful, beautiful. We see every single strand of hair. It have the big doe eyes, which we want them to have. They have the little spots here on the... It's called mule in Danish. The kind of mouth nose area a horse also have. I have no idea what it is in English though. And also the male, he looks strong. You can see the muscles quite clearly, especially on the legs. The tail looks weird, but that's because I overall think deers look like something that should have a longer tail. So it's not the mud that's the animal. He looks a little bit tired though. And I would like to say that I found some pictures of Persian fallow deer with these kind of antlers, but most of them had smaller. But I guessing that's like all other deers where they drop the antlers in the fall, I think, and then in spring they start growing out their new antlers, and every year they become bigger. So I assume it's like that. Yeah. Sorry, been awake for more than 24 hours because sometimes my body just won't sleep. But overall, a beautiful creature. We had a baby somewhere. Oh, yeah, they do swim, as I said, and they swim as nicely as the European one does. I think this is our baby. Yes, it is 0.2 years old, and it's a lemur. It's a female, and it's a little beauty. Keep in mind, she's wet. She's just been in the water. So that's why she is so shiny. But I really like... Again, glitching, keep in mind that might be my computer. That's my catchphrase at this point. But she's beautiful. I do feel like they went a little... a tiny bit cartoonish with the baby face here, which I really like on babies. I don't like it on the adult, but on the babies I really like it. I do like the a little bit oversized eye. I do like the little floppy ears. I don't want them to be completely cartoonish, but just a smidge cartoonish. I love it, and I do feel like we get that here. Very beautiful, and they move just as they should. Both the adult and the young. So yeah, I don't see any reason to draw out this video, to be honest. It's a beautiful creature. If you just want a deer, if you just want a deer, it doesn't make sense to download it. But if you want a story, if you want something from Iran and Iraq, it's countries we actually don't see a lot of animals from, so it's all quite unique there. It's also in a completely different biome, some different temperatures. So if you really like to make different habitats, this can really mix up your deer game. So if that's what you're looking for, I clearly recommend this mod. But just know what you're going for before downloading it, so you don't get disappointed, because I don't want to disappoint anyone by recommended this mod, because it is a good mod. But if that's not what people are going for, then they will be disappointed. I'm gonna stop now. You know the drill, guys. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, and then it comes below or in the next video. Bye, guys.